Hi, this is Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we are specifically going to talk about Vecna's physical stats, his attributes, strength, dexterity, and constitution. Did Wizards of the Coast get them right? Let's check it. All right. So Vecna's, his strength is pretty. They're easy to remember. Strength is 14, dexterity is 16, and constitution is 18. This is supposed to be a dangerous, horrible, like, god creature. Those stats are trash. Like, they are very, very low. Did Wizards get this right? Absolutely. He a wizard. So he's an archlich, and he studied the arcane. Like, he did not study the divine. He specifically studied the arcane arts, right? And you know what? I really appreciate this, right? Like, I know guys who work in tech, right? And a lot of them are not in shape. And the reason why is if you're going to be dedicated to tech, if you're going to know what you're going to do, you're going to spend a lot of time in a chair, right? The standing desk. That's been around for 5 years, and generally it's not used by the best in the game. It's usually used by the worst, right? Like, people, let me put it this way. People who use standing desks are not going to be coding for long. They're generally going to be managing, which is fine. So the reality is, if you study the arcane arts, you could be doing it sitting down, right? Like, there's a lot of book reading, right? Like, and so, Vecna skips leg day. Let's just put it that way, okay? So his strength is ridiculously low. 14 is very, very low, right? Dex 16, okay, hey, that's rogue range, right? Con 18. Now, why does his constitution need to be that high, right? His constitution specifically needed to be that high to get him to that 272 hit points, right? He's scraping the roof of 300, right? And that is some serious throwdown. Like, that's some real juice when it comes to HP, right? It's a lot of HP, but it's also it's not so much AP that there isn't an invitation to kill Vecna. What I love about these stats is there is a definite invitation to the barbarian of your group to challenge Vecna to an arm wrestling match. Right? They're definitely going to need to update the Hand of Vecna stats for that. Right? So it's really, really cool. I love that his physical stats are so low, except Constitution. Constitution is quite respectable. And they're saying, like, hey, you're going to have to work to put this guy in the dirt, right? And that's good. And also, it really does show Constitution is, a lot of the best players already know this, but Constitution maybe is as important as strength. It really, because, low Constitution, you're getting that Constitution bonus every single level, right? And so that really adds up over, like, and, Vecna, he's CR level 26. I'm not sure how many levels that would make him. If anybody knows, I'd love to know the answer to that. But he has some serious constitution there. That is serious. But the thing, I really think when you look, this Vecna stat block is a big deal, right? Because they're saying, hey, the whole world's looking, right? This all came out because of Stranger Things 4, right? Because the main villain in Stranger Things 4 is literally called Vecna, right? And quite literally looks like Vecna. And so, basically, they are they real quick, they're like, we're not going to wait for a book. We're not going to do this as, Unearthed Arcana. This is canon, and it lives on D&D Beyond, and you can go get it for nothing, right? Which is great. That's fantastic, right? And so when they drop these stats, the biggest thing that I walk away with Vecna is they're like, he is 100,000-year-old evil god, right? Come kill him, battle him, have drinks with him, invite him to have mutton, challenge him, interact with him, get him there at the table, and that is D&D, right? Like, because Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition campaigns, they generally don't go past 6 sessions, right? Now, there's a whole lot involved in there. I don't think it has anything to do with D&D 5e. I think it has to do with the shape of the world today, right? But you want to get these major big bads. It doesn't matter what level your party's at. Get them in, get interaction, get them talking, get them fighting, get them, competing against each other in one way or another. It's very, very important. And these low physical stats really allow for that, right? Like, engage Vecna in a sword battle. You want to have and that paladin, that ranger, that fighter. Actually, rangers are spellcasters. That paladin, so are paladins, I guess. The martial classes. Fighter, monk, paladin. Barbarian. All these major martial classes. They need an opportunity to get points against him, and these low physical scores are an invitation to kill Vecna, right? And to really go at it with Vecna, which I absolutely love. I wouldn't change a one of these. I think these are absolutely perfect, and I think Wizards of the Coast just knocked it out of the park with this Vecna stat block. What do you think? Would you have given him different strength? Would you have given him different physical attributes? The other thing I love is just thinking about how Dungeons & Dragons are like 3 physical, 3 mental. The mental is as important as the physical. Most players don't realize that. They don't play the game that way. But, D&D from the beginning, they're like, you're half mental, you're half physical. Because Dungeons & Dragons is a statement about humanity. It is an exploration of philosophy, of humanity, right? And there's a lot of deep stuff in there. And a lot of that deep stuff lives right in the rules itself. That's my opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about, did WotC get these physical stats right? Strength 14, Dexterity 16, Constitution 18. Did they nail it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.